Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Timothy here with Mana Rocks, and we're going to go ahead and jump right on back into another Ikoria Lair of Behemoths draft. The 8-man human drafting makes me, really excited to draft again on Arena. Bots are fine, they get the job done if you just want to draft quickly and get used to gameplay, but it's not an authentic draft experience, whereas this I felt like has been, although the mixing and matching of different play level seems a little weird, right? We played against a diamond person and then a bunch of bronze people last time. I've played against mythic people outside of tier and tons of bronze people, so I don't know how the matching works up, but I do wish that was a little tighter. I guess this is platinum or something. I wish I was just playing against platinum people, right? Not too far below, not too far above. But anyway, that's the game plan today. Is we're going to draft Ikoria again. Last time we drafted a teamer deck. It was basically red, green, splash, and blue, but we didn't really get to take advantage of the blue splash. And we also kind of forgot that we had a companion that we could have played. Never fixed that at any point during the draft, but we're going to go ahead and run it back. I've been having fun with this format. It does feel like one of those formats that is not going to have a lot of longevity because you can just be basically deterministically dead on turn 4 if your opponent gets off to a extremely fast start with mutate cards. But there are tools to combat that, and we'll talk about that as we go. As always, feel free to subscribe below if you see more content. If you would have built the deck or drafted differently, feel free to tell me that in the comments below. You can comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can also find us on Twitter, MTG_ManaRocks. It would definitely support the channel. Again, I don't use Twitter that often, but that's because people don't really follow on Twitter. So if you follow on Twitter, I will be more active on there. It's kind of a bad bribe. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to use my gems so you don't have to. Again, this is 8-man drafting, so we're drafting against and with other people. Ooh, we got us a little Mothra. Kind of cool. Go ahead and ready up. Get in position here and see what we can manage. Again, very new to the cards here. So I'm going to take the rare because I think it's great. We'll talk about it in a second. But this card and the mutate decks have seemed very impressive to me. Obviously, they're risky because you usually go all in on 1 or 2 creatures. And if your opponent answers it, you get 2 for 1. But you get so many advantages off the mutate cards that it's just worth it. Polywog Symbio is just fantastic. You can mutate as early as turn 3 with some really busted cards, and if you go turn 2 this into any of the mutate creatures that have a 4-mana mutate cost, you basically just get to come out of the gate swinging. You get extra advantage off this. You don't even have to mutate for this card to be good. Outside of the rare, which is a 3-mana 4/5 menace that puts a death touch counter on one of my opponent's creatures, there's also Jubilant Skybonder, which is nice because the hybrid mana means it's not devoted to blue-white, although blue-white is the Flyers deck. There's Fire Prophecy and there's Symbiote. I would probably take Symbiote if the rare weren't good, but I think this card's good. The goal is obviously to play it when your opponent doesn't have a creature out, but we can take this and try to take some of the menace payoffs. Don't necessarily have to force that. Here's a Grim Dancer, which is just great. 1 black, it enters the battlefield with 2 of either menace, death touch, or lifelink counters. Depends on whether you're really beaten down or playing defensive as to whether or not you want to give it death touch or menace or whatever. But I think more often than not you give it death touch and then you choose between lifelink and menace depending on whether you're being aggressive or not. Another potential menace creature for the red-black menace archetype. Obviously, I think this is a pretty clear pick, right? I mean, there's Frostlynx, which is good blue card. Dreamtail Heron, I think, is fantastic. I actually think this card is good against menace decks. Or not menace decks, but I guess it's good against menace decks. But it's good against mutate decks. Because you can do it in response to your opponent mutating, and they lose any of the mutate benefits. Cavern Whisperer has also impressed me initially. Again, I've only drafted 4 times, so initial impressions are a little skewed. This pack has good cards. There's Pacifism, which is obviously great. This is a great way to get out from underneath your opponent just going wide with mutate creatures. Or not going wide, but I guess going tall. If I want to stay on color, which I kind of do, I could take Boneyard Lurker, which whenever this mutates, you get a permanent back from your graveyard to your hand. Also a 4-mana 4/4, which is pretty good. You can see my pack stacking up. There's Glowstone Recluse as well, which is great. I think I'm going to take Boneyard Lurker here as just a card advantage card that's also a 4-mana 4/4. I think I'm going to be happy. It stays on color too, because even though it's green-black, you can cast this with just black mana. Here I've got Deadweight and Pacifism. This is a 3rd and 4th pick Pacifism, which is kind of a sign that white is open, although I guess it's the only white card in this pack. This looks like a white card, but it's not. There's also Deadweight, which could help me just stay on color. This, unfortunately, is removal that doesn't deal with a lot of the threats that you're going to face down in this set, so it's a little bit awkward. Notice that black is drying up here, so maybe I'm supposed to take Pacifism. I can be a little bit flexible. I think Pacifism is just better enough than Deadweight that I'm going to take it. And follow that up with... which one's this? Zagoth. I'm never going to get used to these new names. So we've got a couple black cards. I do like Bushmeat Poacher if we can pick up anything that is worth sacrificing. I'm not going to go for any of these white cards here. The best of them is probably Snare Tactician, but you need a lot of Cyclone cards before that becomes good. There's Suffocating Fumes, which I think plays well with the Menace creatures. Could play well with the Hunted Nightmare if we put like a Death Touch counter on one of their creatures. Also, Corpse Churn is just fine. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't seen Suffocating Fumes come up yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's good, and it has Cyclone as well. It's also Rumble and Rock Slide, which is a good red removal spell. Bushmeat Poacher or Suffocating Fumes. Guess I'm going to take the Fumes here, actually. Ooh, okay. Cunning Nightbonder, 2-mana 2/2 flash. There's also Jungle Hollow. Don't necessarily know that we're green yet, though, right? Giraffid's fine. Lava Serpent's fine. None of these blue cards or white cards really want me to push in that direction. Same with red. I'm just going to take the Nightbonder. It is a 2-mana 2/2 flash. Not much more than that. Here, could take Dismal Backwater. Could take Migration Path. Or we could take Insatiable Hemophage. It's a 4-mana 3/3 Death Touch, and this one drains your opponent life equal to the number of times it's mutated. Not one of the better mutate cards in my opinion. Although maybe 4-mana 3/3 Death Touch is good enough. I don't think I need Migration Path here by any means. Could take the Mana Fixer. Guess we'll just stay on color. Alright, we saw me... I got wrecked by this card last time, but I only have one human so far. Maybe it's worth taking this as a sign that human stuff is open. There's also Gust of Wind, which is decent, but you really need flyers for it to be good. And I'd be a lot more excited about this Suffocating Fumes if I hadn't already taken one. I think I'm going to take this Lockdown. I'm just not excited about any of these other cards. I guess Gust of Wind is fine. Doesn't have Flash. We don't have flyers. I'm going to take this in the off chance that humans ends up being open or something along those lines. Alright, there's Farfinder. I love this card. I'm sorry, I always love these sorts of cards like Sky Scanner. Not Sky Scanner, but Pilgrim. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about, the one from Zendikar. And then also like Skitter and Surveyor. Don't mind Memory Leak either. These are pretty good cards. I mean, Honey Mammoth's even playable, but whatever. Farfinder it is. The Cocoon. No, I'm going to take Keep Safe here. I'm not huge on it. Okay, I like Blitzleech a lot. Blitzleech is also really good with Cunning Nightbonder. I don't mind the Pangolin, and we could take a Mana Fixer as well. But this gives us outs to move into... Ooh, okay, I don't think Deadweight should go that late. There's the Bushmeat. Alright, black's looking actually pretty open. Right now, we're black, right? We have one blue card, one white card, and that's it. So we're definitely black, and we don't know what else we are yet. Right, again, this can be a mono black card, this can be a mono black card. Keep Safe is good if you are mutating, because having a way to protect your mutate creatures is good. It kind of helps assure that you're not going to get blown out or something like that. Alright, so our rare is the Ozolith, which says whenever one of our creatures leaves the battlefield, you put all the counters from that onto this, and then at the beginning of combat, you can move those counters from this onto something else. It strikes me as a bad card. In fact, do we even have things that get counters here? Not enough, right? Not enough that we care. There is Day Squad Marshal, which could go with our Lockdown, although I don't think the Lockdown's getting there. I guess we picked up one human. We have two humans so far. I don't think that's enough that I'm going to like take a human over a not great card here. There's Boon of the Wishgiver, which is very good if we end up blue, which might just be my pick here. There's also Evolving Wilds, which is always a safe pick. Thieving Otter, also pretty good, but I do want ways to make this evasive, and we just don't have those right now. I think I'm going to take Boon of the Wishgiver. You guys tell me if that rare is good or not. I just don't see it being good. Ooh, Skycat Sovereign. Unfortunately, that is not quite close to where we're at. Is there any good black card? There's another Blitzleech. 2 seems like a lot of Blitzleeches. Could move into Soul Tie here. Is there any chance I take this and I'm like blue, white, black? Not really. This card is very good. There's also Titanoth Rex, which is great. Guess it plays pretty well with Death Touchers. There's another Farfinder, but I kind of want one Farfinder. I think I'm just going to take Titanoth Rex here and pass the rare. Looks like I'm still sticking to blue-black for the most part. This pack's pretty bad for me. I guess we're not going to get a lot of black here. Alright, Valiant Rescuer's good. No good black cards in the pack, unfortunately. Not very many good cards at all, to be honest. Should we keep the door open for white? I mean, we don't have a lot of Cyclone cards, so this card's not even good. Though good red cards, we're not even close to red. This pack is just bad for us. Could take, like, one of these little evasive dudes. I don't know what they do for us. Not even a flash card. This pack's just bad. I might just take, like, Glimmer Bell or Phased Off in here. Don't think I want another Suffocating Fumes, and I'm not branching off into these colors. Pretty sure I'm not white. Not a green card in the pack either, which is a bad sign. Sure. I guess I'll take this guy. Alright, Bastion of Remembrance I do like. There's also some decent green cards. Fertilid has just been fantastic so far. Bastion of Remembrance makes a 1/1 human. Not too big of a deal, but it says whenever a creature you control dies, you get to drain your opponent for a life. We don't have a lot of token making, so I guess this card's not fantastic for us, but I'm not going to take Barrier Breach. Boot Nipper's okay. Could consider Boot Nipper. But could also consider the green cards. I think I'm going to take the Bastion and try that out. Alright, we saw this rare last time. Again, I don't think this is very good. It's also not on color. I'm going to take Sonorous Hellbinder. There's also a Fire Prophecy here, so red is definitely open in this direction. Basically, 1 black, my menace creatures have super menace. They can only be blocked by 3 or more creatures, and right now I have these 2 menace creatures. I can pick up a couple others, presumably, and I don't have to be playing red for this card. There's Convolutes. There's, I guess, Honey Mammoth. And some good red cards that I'm not going to be able to play. So I'll take the Sonorous Hellbinder. Ooh, General's Enforcer. I was extremely impressed with this card when I played it. Unfortunately, it's not even like that much of a human payoff. It does make humans, right? I guess I should revisit whether or not I can be like Abzan with humans, right? If I cut the blue and put in the white, that gives me Pacifism and Sanctuary Lockdown. This card's pretty good. But I would cut, like, I'm not even excited about these cards. If I cut those and I take this, I have outs to be white-black. The alternative is, of course, just taking Dismal Backwater here. Yeah, there's another one, too. White-black's definitely open. So I think I'm going to take this, and I'm going to start trying to push in the human direction. I like Fight as One as well. Fight as One. Because I picked up a couple more humans. Sanctuary Lockdown's decent. I'm going to take this Enforcer. We'll get a human count here in a second. I don't, despite getting like destroyed by this, I don't actually like the second Sanctuary Lockdown that much. Because it's just an Anthem. I could take Perimeter Sergeant or I could take a Mana Fixer. I think Perimeter Sergeant's pretty replaceable. I'm actually just going to take Mana Fix in here. The Ozolith Wield. Alright, now I'm going to take Day Squad Marshal. Just complete 360 into white-black humans. Here, this is like the Vigilance payoff Doran effect. This is a human, but it's weird. I thought this card was cool because I was like, oh, well, you can mutate and just keep getting creatures you can mutate onto it, but it's a human, so you can't mutate onto it. So just took a Snare Tactician there. Not great. Here, I don't really care. I'm going to take a human over a non-human. Boot Nipper is good. Boot Nipper's respectable card. Convolute for the board. And I guess another Suffocating Fumes, although we're not sideboarding. Alright, well, we opened a busted rare that we're not even close to playing, but let's go ahead and look real quick. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 human creatures. So we can definitely pull off white-black humans here. We want to skew towards that. That being said, this pack is not great. This card is really weird. It gets counters whenever it would take non-combat damage, but unless you're burning it yourself, I don't really get it. I guess it's immune to fight spells. Again, this card is absolutely insane. Somebody's going to get a huge reward, but we're not even close to it. If we packed one that, we would push in that direction really hard. So my pick is between Void Beckoner, which is a card I respect, really good with the menace creatures, or Divine Arrow, which is a decent combat trick. And I guess I took too long. Not even sure what I just got there. I didn't reserve anything. I need to start doing that. Oh, Blood Curdle for sure. What did I pick up? Probably something I don't care about playing. Probably the worst card in the pack, right? Oh, I took the rare. Okay, well, at least I get to add a rare to my collection. I am down a pretty good playable. So here I'm almost certainly taking Blood Curdle because it's just fantastic removal. But there's also Duskfang Mentor, which is nice, and it's a human as well, although it only puts the lifelink counter on non-humans, which is kind of nonsense, but Blood Curdle's great. Gives a creature menace too, which could matter with some of the synergies here. Might not even need to play Farfinder if we just end up 2 colors. It's not a human. I don't really care for the Hemophage here. It doesn't seem that good. Oh, I mean, this card's interesting, because if it was a vanilla 4-mana 3/3 Death Touch, I'd probably be like, yeah, that's fine. But keep in mind, we have a bunch of humans, and mutate creatures don't work with humans. You cannot mutate onto a human. What do we have here? So there's this lurker dude that can flash in and kill off a creature that took damage. Not bad if you can push in a 1/1 human or something. There's also Perimeter Sergeant, which, again, I don't think this card's that good. I'm going to go and take the flash dude. Maybe there was some consideration for the, I don't know, some other card. Alright, a third General Enforcer. Unfortunately, these only make other legendary humans indestructible, so they're not, that first ability doesn't matter that much unless you have some mythic rare. There's Mutual Destruction. Maybe that's better than the third General's Enforcer. Maybe not, though. General's Enforcer is very good, although in multiples it's not really that impressive. Mutual Destruction's decent if you're making 1/1 tokens. Also, we have some flash cards, so we could potentially flash this. Our removal's not great. We have, a Pacifism and a Blood Curdle. I'm just going to take the Enforcer here, although maybe it wheels, because people weren't taking the other ones. Vulpikeet's fine, but again, humans, so mutate isn't going to happen that often. I'm going to take Dark Bargain here. I don't have any consideration for the second Bushmeat Poacher. Oh, another Bastion of Remembrance. Double Bastion's got to be good, right? This does double up. It's basically a 3-mana 1/1 that gives you a permanent Blood Artist effect. Here, another Sonorous Hellbinder. I guess they're not really great in multiples either. Could just take 2-mana 2/2 that cycles. Yeah, I don't think the second Sonorous Hellbinder is that great. The first one's actually not even that amazing, but it's fine. Not gonna play anything here. I'll take the Cycler. I don't want a second Dark Bargain. Probably play maximum 1 Dark Bargain. Corpse Churn is playable. Do not mind Corpse Churn. Probably gonna cut Snare Tactician here. Boneyard Lurker. So you have to mutate this for it not to be a green card. And we can't mutate onto humans, so I might end up cutting Boneyard Lurker just because I'm not going to be able to cast it. And I don't have that many non-humans that I'm actually going to be able to use it on. Alright, I will take Perimeter Sergeant now, sure. It's fine. It's fine, right? It's a way to turn these General Enforcers into actual damage. But I think we missed the bill on a potential, what am I trying to say here? Yeah, potential go wide type effect. Sure. Another one. Didn't see any of the Patasia Tiger things either. I mean, I have a Farfinder. I could play 1 green source in my deck for Boneyard Lurker, but that doesn't seem great. Not playing that. I mean, I have 4 non-human creatures. And I don't necessarily want to mutate onto them either. I think I'm just going to cut Boneyard Lurker. What do you do? Oh, nothing. Okay. Sure. Okay, 45 cards, huh? They already filtered in lands. So yeah, I think Boneyard Lurker goes because either I'm not going to be able to cast it straight up without messing up my mana base, or I'm not going to be able to mutate it because I have a bunch of humans. So as good as the card is, I don't think it's going to make the cut. That puts me down to 4 cuts here. Let's go through Boot Nipper, I like Boot Nipper, it's fine. Although I like this a lot better when you can mutate onto it. So I guess I can maximize on humans, just cut Boot Nipper. Corpse Turn's okay. Probably not going to get... probably not going to see play here. I do like Bushmeat Poacher alongside the Enforcers. We can cut one Snare Tactician. This is basically a 2-3 in our deck. Not cutting either of these. Probably not cutting the Sonorous Hellbinder. Farfinder is awkward in this deck because we're only 2 colors, so we don't really need the 3rd color. The Vigilance doesn't matter, and we have no mutate creatures, so we don't care about the body. I think it's fine. Did I not pick up that Mutual Destruction? I guess I didn't. Suffocating Fumes, fine. Yeah, we're definitely humans. So Sanctuary Lockdown should be good. I still like Blitz Leech here. I guess we can just cut Corpse Turn. We have Dark Bargain for card advantage, Bushmeat Poacher for card advantage. Not too much else, so we don't have a lot of draw power. But Corpse Turn is kind of twiddling your thumbs a little bit. It's not bad, but we've got about 2 draw spells here. And yeah, I think Black-White Humans is where we're at. Kind of shifted into that white. Not sure that that's the right direction yet. Still getting a feel for some of these cards. Kind of awkward that we started off with 2 like really good non-humans and then we moved into humans. I'm also, I picked up this rare on accident over something I probably would have played. I got a little lucky picking up a Blood Curl. And again, General Enforcer, I was impressed with this card. It's very good, but without Go Wide effect or Sacrifice effect or something like that, it's not great. And having like 3 of them isn't that much better than having, 1 or 2. So this is 2 mana 2/3, which is fine. Might deal some damage, might give us some advantage, but it's pretty good otherwise. But yeah, there you go. White-Black Humans. Not really a lot of payoff for being humans, but that's where we're at. Hopefully our like enchantments kind of lock things down for us. Get it? Lock things down. And yeah, let me know if there's anything here you would be playing, if you would play the Boneyard Lurker regardless, because we've got a couple things to put it on. If our creatures were like 1/1s and stuff like that we could put Boneyard Lurker on, I would maybe still consider it, but we're putting it on like a 3/3 or a 4/5, so we're actually just like throwing this away to get a card, which to me seems worse than just playing like Corpse Turn, which I'm already not playing. But there we go. Black, white, humans. We'll go ahead and try it out. I don't feel great about it. I don't have like super bombs or anything like that, but I've got a synergistic deck, so hopefully that works out for us, and I will see you all in match number 1. All right. Welcome, match number 1. We've got a perfectly keepable hand here. Could use one of our payoff cards. Sanctuary Lockdown would be a nice draw, but we do have Enforcer into Grim Dancer into probably Hellbinder. Give this like Menace and Death Touch. I assume this is going to gain lifelink. Death Touch. Should I trade off? Probably not. Okay. I'm fine with them using a premium 2-drop removal spell, although it's kind of funny that wouldn't be able to kill Grim Dancer anyway. Alright, so do we care about lifelink here? We're definitely given Menace and probably just Death Touch. The lifelink's good though. Death Touch just means if they do double block with anything, they're going to lose both creatures. What would you pick here? This is kind of interesting. I don't need the lifelink necessarily. They gave their dude Death Touch though. We'll go ahead and go lifelink. I'm not sure there. We play like a 2/2. It's already trading off for both creatures. I'm probably going to play this next turn, so they're very likely not going to be able to block. Oh, they're looking for a land as well. So that puts me in a good spot. Glad I gave it lifelink. I mean, they could have Mutual Destruction here, which is exactly what this looks like. Maybe not. Oh, Deadweight. Okay. I mean, my creature's worse. Well, they already can't block it, so I think I'm going to go for the end of turn Lurk in Deadeye instead of the Sonorous Hellbinder. Grim Dancer looks a lot worse now. I wish I'd given it Death Touch, but even then it'd only trade for 1 creature. I can just hold it back and block Boot Nipper. It's a 1-point life swing, though, either way. Alright. I guess I just pacifism this thing. just get in damage, right? So I can go 3-drop, 2-drop. So just trade here. I just noticed they cycled a Greater Sandworm, but they're playing black-white, so maybe they're really missing green. 4 damage is probably worth it here, right? I do want to use 5 mana worth of cards here, so I might go Hellbonder plus Enforcer and just attack with both. I'm assuming they're going to trade for the 4-2. If they don't, I'm cool with it. Can't block Grim Dancer. Alright, they took it. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. Let's go Hellbonder, let's go Enforcer, and let's pass. This applies to itself, too, so this can only be blocked by 3 or more creatures. Same with Grim Dancer now, even though that got neutered a little bit. I can save Pacifism for a bigger creature, but they do have the Poacher, which is pretty good against Pacifism. I wouldn't mind drawing my own Poacher. I've got my Enforcer going. Can they flash in a creature here? Because they can't block these two. I think I'm just going to attack with... Could just attack with all 4, right? They go block, block. Kind of want to keep the Enforcer on board, though. Attack with these. If they kill the Hellbinder mid-combat, then they can double block Grim Dancer, but otherwise they can't block either of them. And I'll play... I could just sit behind the Enforcer's ability. Can activate it twice. I'm going to go and play Snare Tactician, though. If I draw a Cycler, this card's going to be really good. Granted, I don't have a lot of Cyclone cards in my deck, and if I draw like a Suffocating Fumes or something, I think I'd rather just cast it. Enforcers for days. I think same attack here, right? I can attack with these 2. I'm only getting in 3 damage here. If I go Pacifism on this thing, attack with everything, they trade this off here. They take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. They gain 1 back. No, they can't even sack the Boot Nipper. Blood Curdle would be amazing here. Ooh, Blitzleech. Alright, they're going to go ahead and kill one of my guys, and that's a 5-2. Yeah, Blitzleech is pretty good. Wouldn't mind drawing my own Blitzleech. Alright, I think I offer trades here. At least with these 2, because I have another Enforcer in my hand. This can attack as well. Anything Blitzleech blocks trades, but you see Blitzleech was already a 2-for-1 there. This opens the way for my 4-2 as well. I'm empty-handed, though. At least Enforcer can start going off if they don't deal with it right now. And then, you know, of course, by going off, I mean it can start making creatures. Bastion of Remembrance would be reasonable draw as well, just because my opponent's already pretty low and the Enforcer can start making tokens for it. Ooh. Well, that's awkward. I mean, if they activate it right now, they can make a dude. But if they wait for me to untap, I can kind of just pass the turn and respond to them doing it. I think that they want to make a dude, they have to do it basically right now. They've got kind of the combo I want assembled. Enforcer plus Bushmeat Poacher. Okay. Don't want to draw lands, that's for sure. So I'm going to attack with the Lurker because I don't mind trading it for the Enforcer. I'm going to attack with Grim Dancer. I'm not going to attack with... Well, I guess I can attack with Enforcer because if they go to make a dude, I can just snipe it off of them, right? This is assuming I'm playing around the Enforcer's ability. Yeah, like if they activate Enforcer here, I'll just respond. Fight is 1, so that thing's going to gain Indestructible. A little annoying, so I'm going to lose my guy. Opponent has had a lot of tricks this game. Alright, so basically they paid 1 mana to kill my 4-2. Which again, I'm doing okay on board, but my opponent is starting to get ahead of me here. I don't have very good attacks anymore. Jeez, okay. Well, now I have kind of nothing, and they have their Enforcer active, so we are in trouble. That's a good draw. If I attack with Grim Dancer, they make a token. They have to double block with this plus the token, though, so I think Grim Dancer can still get in there, because this will trade for Grim Dancer, or for the Enforcer. All three of our Enforcers are gone. Yeah, you have to double block if you want to get in there. Yeah, they let it through. Go and draw this. Yeah, so we're looking for our lockdown. We're looking for basically anything that's not a land. More creatures can't be bad because eventually we draw a Bastion of Remembrance and we can just start sending creatures in. Yeah, land has got to be the worst because my opponent's going to start making creatures now too. So this turn, if I attack with Grim Dancer, it is going to get eaten by 2 1/1s. Maybe that's fine. I can attack with this as well. They have to trade this if they want to kill it. They also have block, sack to Bushmeat Poacher active now. If they trade 2 1/1s for Grim Dancer... Actually, they only trade 1 1/1. That's pretty bad. I'm going to attack with the 3/3. Opponent can chump and then sack to Bushmeat Poacher, but if I can keep him off creatures, that's fine. I think I'm going to lose this game. I just drew like 3 lands in a row. Granted, my opponent has also drawn lands, but they've got this stupid Enforcer going now. So they're going to block, sack to put Poacher. Pacifism does not stop activated abilities. And I'm just slipping. I need to draw like a Dark Bargain or something here. Ugh, opponent had the tricks. I've got removal as well. Yep, pacifism's fine. I mean, drawing my Bushmeat Poacher would be pretty good. Drawing Suffocate and Fumes would be nice. Alright, there's a Bastion of Remembrance. That's pretty strong. Granted, the Bushmeat Poacher is going to help them gain life over the course of this game. I don't think I'm supposed to just like toss away creatures or anything yet. Especially since I might draw a second Bastion. And they're going to outdraw me with this Poacher now. I mean, the Remembrance was good, but I do need to continue to draw well here. My opponent's drawing 2 cards per turn. There's plenty of creatures in the graveyard. Checkpoint Officer's fine. Splendor Mare's pretty good, though. 3/3 lifelink. I guess I can trade Grim Dancer for it. Ooh, we did draw the second Bastion. Okay. So that means every time a creature dies, they're going to lose 2 life. I'm going to have to trade for Splendor Mare, though. Yeah, Suffocating Fumes would be good. Kind of. I'd probably just cycle it. Bushmeat Poacher's gaining life, though. Ooh, green mana. Looks like they're just splashing green, though. Dark Bargain would be, I think, probably my best draw here, just to get multiple cards going. Blitzleech would still be pretty good. Okay. I guess that was the only non-human, so they get to reanimate something 3 or less. Basically, that was just reanimate a Boot Nipper. They kind of threw away the Necropanther's stats. It's still a 3/3 lifelink. They didn't change the stats at all, but they basically paid 4 mana to reanimate a Boot Nipper, which I think is fine. Brought it back with Death Touch. I think you'd want lifelink there. I mean, they might have been better just casting a Necropanther. Then they'd have 3/3 lifelink and a 3/3. I'm going to block with Grim Dancer. Alright, that might give me a good attack. Granted, they can tap that down with Checkpoint Officer. Yep. How many more creatures we got here? I've got 1. They've got 1, so they can still make 2 more humans. Plus, this card's been so good, because as the game goes on, things just trade off. You can trade off the tokens for more creatures, which lets you activate this more times. is kind of funny. Their Enforcer is just chumping all 3 of our Enforcers. Sure, Migratory Great Horn's okay. I mean, it's a 3/4 death touch now. And they go get a land. But again, I feel like they'd be better off just having another creature on board. Maybe not, I have no idea. Okay, sacking at sorcery speed. They're back up to 11. And that leaves them with 1 creature in their graveyard. If I attack with this, everything gets +2/+0. They're just going to tap it down with the checkpoint officer, though. They get to eat 1, 2, 3 creatures. Huh. Alright. I'll take this trade. This does put more creatures in the graveyard for their stupid Enforcer. I can afford to take 3. Yeah, let's just take 3 here. Opponent stopped on upkeep. Tapping on upkeep. Okay. Fine by me. Ooh, Blood Curdle was nice. They're tapped out, so if I go Blood Curdle this now, that stops their avenue for making more creatures. Could kill their Lifelinker, could kill their Bushmeat Poacher with the pacifism on it, but this is their token generator. So I think I am going to go Blood Curdle this guy. Put a menace counter on, I suppose, just this Sergeant, right? I could put one on a 1/1 token and attack with it, and then they either take 1 or trade off their token for it, in which case they take 1. But putting it on this seems decent. They're just going to tap that, though. I'm going to put it on this guy. I am going to attack with it as well. I could attack with Grim Dancer as well here. Although, now they can go tap, attack with this, and just get 3 free life. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I give them 3 life this way because I get the free block on the with the Necropanther here. Yeah, that's dumb. I mean, I kill a token, but that's not that big of a deal. They gained extra life. Is this whenever a creature dies? You control. Oh, there's 2 of them. I was like, why did it trigger twice? Oh. Still need to draw some more to get out of this. Because remember, Poacher gains life equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness, so they have a pretty good life buffer, even if they have to start sacking creatures. Now I'll probably block with Grim Dancer. Yep, opponent's still kind of worried about that. Blitz Leech. Okay. Do I save that for offense or defense? I mean, it doesn't really work here. It doesn't actually kill any of their creatures. It does kill this. I think this is a pretty easy attack with Grim Dancer, though, right? That incentivizes them to actually attack, and then Blitzleech can kill this and hopefully block like Necropanther or something. I assume they just take the 1. Sanctuary Lockdown would be a good draw. Lurkin, Deadeye. Alright, you got a 4/2. They do not want to sack the Bushmeat Poacher. I assume the 3/4 is going to come in here. In which case, I'm probably going to... Oh, the 3/3 lifelink as well. Alright, well, that's a little different. So we're going to go Blitz Leech. See if they want to, like, tap it in response or something. Probably kill the tapper over the 4/2, right? They can respond by tapping down the 5/2. And then I can triple block the Necropanther. Get blown out by a trick, obviously. Yep, get some advantage off that. Let's see if they got a trick. I just want to get the lifelinker off board. Alright, so that's dead. They do lose 6 after gaining 3 here. I gain 6 life. Granted, my board's a lot worse now. They have 3 cards in hand. Sure. Alright, well, I can attack with everything, I think, pretty safely. They trade this off for probably Blitz Leech. Yeah. My human deck getting no benefit off this Perimeter Captain, so they take 5 here down to 5. And I will pass the turn. They're down to 4. So they might have to start sacking creatures to this Poacher to gain some life. I am at the point where I can probably just like push in creatures now, right? Although this thing has gained them so much life, drawn so many cards. They've got some sort of graveyard shenanigans here, it looks like. Their deck's pretty solid too. Although it looks like they're splashing green. This card is a lot worse when you're actually splashing green. They've got mana fixin'. They make it work. Their deck's pretty sweet. I like it. It's been a good match. I've been fortunate enough to top deck enough spells in the last couple turns here. Alright, let's go and flash this in. So I'm expecting they have back for more here, in which case that card's probably good enough to just kill me. Yep, now we're going to draw the lands. So back for more, we'll reanimate anything. It doesn't even matter. There's no point looking. I guess the question is whether Perimeter Captain can't attack. Grim Dancer's going to attack, and that's it. So I'm pretty sure that's what they have here. They were looking at their graveyard. They passed the turn. I cannot beat that card. Unfortunately, we did not draw our lockdown, which would have been really nice this game. We still have the 4/5 menace in our deck. Yep, back for more. 7/7, fight something. At least, I mean, the problem is that they can sack that to the Poacher if they ever come close to dying. So I can't beat this stupid Poacher. Like, if I had an instant speed kill effect, I could get them. Because they activate Poacher, and then I kill my own creature in response. Like here, do they go to 1? Okay. Well, it doesn't really matter what I assign damage to, because they're going to sack it to Poacher. And then the Grim Dancer is going to trade for the other one. So they're going to sack the 7/7 no matter what, but I am going to still put it first. I'm going to trade the Grim Dancer off for the other creature. Oh. Oh, this doesn't have Death Touch. Right. Yeah, Death Touch would have been better this game than Lifelink for sure. Alright, you got a Garrison Cat. Oh, where were these earlier in the game? Some random Garrison Cats. I assume they're going to start attacking now as well. I mean, they're down to 7 cards, but I have nothing, and I've been fortunate enough to not draw lands here, so I imagine I'm going to start flooding out. Yep. It's probably the game. I'm not going to be able to race the 7/7 here. And they're down to 5 cards. I don't really have a way to mill them. That's not really a thing here. This kills me in 4 turns, just on its own. Yeah, drawing my own Bushmeat Poacher would have been great this game. I guess Lockdown still kind of works, right? Because I have 2 humans on board. Come on. Look, I know I said I was fortunate, but that doesn't mean you have to follow it up by 3 lands. Let's see if they want to use Bushmeat Poacher anymore. This has been the All-Star card. Unfortunately, I pacifism this thing, which I think at the time was probably right, to try and push in the damage. But they had, I mean, they got us, what, 3 tricks in a row? This thing, the fight with 1. And notice they did not activate the Poacher there, because they're down to 4 cards. I can't block this even if I wanted to. Most of my top decks aren't good. Suffocate and Fumes. I can kill these things. I can just cycle it and look for something else. I don't think Suffocate and Fumes is going to do the trick here. A little bit late on that one, huh? Sure. I'll put a Death Touch counter on your Bushmeat Poacher. Oh, the opponent chooses. That's a little different, isn't it? Well, the Nightmare can chump the Sandworm. Looks like they just have a removal spell, though. Ooh, very nice. Gains me some extra life, I guess. Yep, they did not activate Poacher. Smart. And they're going to kill me with, like, one card left in their library. I mean, I'm actually just dead next turn if I can't block this Sandworm. Yeah, that's pretty smart to not let me gain life there. Off the Bastion. And that's going to be a good game. Alright, that was a very long game. Opponent got us with a couple combat tricks and ended up losing it, but I feel like it played out well. I feel like I got a little lucky, followed by like some extreme unluckiness. 4 of our last 5 draws were lands, and our opponent was able to just sack things. I really needed our Bushmeat Poacher. I needed a couple cards, couple key cards there. Sanctuary Lockdown, Poacher did not come up that game. Dark Bargain. Some of the better cards I could have drawn were not there. Although I had a lot of kind of dead weight at that point too. That played nice. Back for More is just an insane card, but the Poacher has been impressing me. The fact that it doesn't gain just a life, but gains life equal to the toughness has been relevant both this game and one of the other games in our previous matches. But that is going to give us the round 1 loss, which always feels bad. But again, I don't think this deck is super amazing. Maybe I messed up with Grim Dancer. Maybe I should have given it Death Touch. For sure should have given it Death Touch, right? But we're going to go and keep it rolling into match number 2. See you there. All right. Welcome back for match number 2 with our white-black human deck. We've got a good 3-drop that doesn't actually do anything. 2 lands and a Pacifism. Is this good enough to keep? This into this is powerful. I'm just going to hope I draw lands here. That's kind of like all-in YOLO fingers crossed here, but we're going to try it out. Alright, Bastion's whatever. I mean, I would go turn 3 Bastion over turn 3 Lockdown. See if they give us a target to pacify. Looks like they have a Cycler. Okay, we drew the 3rd land. That's great. Yeah, so we can go Remembrance. If we draw the 4th land, then we would rather play this first and then play Lockdown. That way we can get the attack going. Opponent cycles a Sandworm. Jund? Maybe? This card put in work in the last game. Quite a bit of work, but they just had a way to gain life. Yeah, Jund. Maybe 4-color. Serrated Scorpion. When it dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. Well, they can mutate onto it regardless of what it does. I was fortunate enough there to draw a land. I'm going to go Marshal here and set up for the Lockdown next turn. It's a 1-2. It's kind of annoying. So this is kind of an irrelevant ability, but the fact of the matter is you can mutate onto it, and that's kind of relevant. Ferocious Tigerilla. Alright, so if we draw a land, we're going to go Pacifism plus 3-drop. If we don't draw a land, might just play Bushmeat. It's pretty good. So lets me attack for 1,000,000. See, here I've been just fortunate to go land. And I'm attacking for, what, 8 here? That's pretty good. Another land gives me a Bushmeat Poacher. Ooh, I like them blocking, because anything they play we can tap down with the Lockdown. Yeah, you gain some life back. Does buy him a little bit of time for sure. I mean, if they just play like Dude, I'm just gonna play Bushmeat Poacher here. But we'll see if the Blitz Leech is relevant or not. Bristling Boar. Okay. Enforcer solid, so I can actually go Enforcer plus Lockdown and save Blitz. I mean, I can't cast Blitz Leech, but that's pretty good draw. This is 2 mana to activate, right? Yep. So I think that's what we're going to do and just push in 6 damage here. Plus the Enforcer. And you're up. You can also sit behind the Enforcer if we don't feel like we have good attacks. Got a lot of ways to use our mana here. A 6th land would be great because it lets me go this plus one of our 4 mana plays. 6/4 first striker solid, not gonna lie. Okay, so that is the 6th land. Blitzleech is not as great of an ability here. What I can do is go Poacher and then on end step activate and then untap activate. They probably play another creature, right? Alternatively, I can go tap 2 or play Bushmeat, tap that and a dude, tap this down, attack with everything. They trade here, take 3, 4, 5, 6. But that's just throwing a creature away. So I think I'm going to go for the play a creature, tap some dudes on your turn. Didn't even have to play Bushmeat Poacher there. I could have activated the Enforcer. Well, this is more like it. This card definitely pulling its weight. Maybe the second copy was worth taking, but the second copy you're basically scribbling out this ability with a Sharpie, and I'm not sure if I would play that first part. Alright, 2/2 doesn't threaten me as much. I'm just going to let them attack if they want to attack. I mean, they could get super aggressive and go attack. Alright, let's go and tap down the first striker. One, two. Oh, okay. Untap healer. So I could probably just attack with everything and go Blitzleech. I can also go Blitzleech, kill this, and just attack with everything. Best case scenario, they trade here, or let's say they kill this, trade here, take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also try to get them with the Blitzleech mid-combat on this thing. I think I'm just attacking with everything. Use Blitzleech as a combat trick. Also adds to the board. Ooh. It feels like they might have a trick of their own. They did not block with the Hellbinder. Think it just let this happen? Or I could activate this and then play this. They take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They just die here, so I'm going to make them make the first move. They died to the Bastion. Okay. Well. Interesting. I guess they didn't do the math, but you know what they say. Math is for blockers. Alright, we get to pick up a win there. The Sanctuary Lockdown was very good there. Very good. I wish we knew we were humans in Pack 1. Might have drafted a little bit differently. We did pick up all the Enforcers and whatnot, though, but we are now 1-1. Kind of redeemed for that first match. Let's see if we can keep it rolling. Match 3 coming up. Alright, welcome back. Oh, I hope they do not have a turn 3 play, or a turn 1 or turn 2 play, and then we go turn 3 Hunted Nightmare. This is an easy keep. These two play well together. This, they're probably going to have to trade off for kills, so that fuels the Enforcer. Again, we're kind of hoping they don't have a turn 1 or 2 play. Nah, another Scorpion, really. People really out there playing this Scorpion card. Maybe I can get them to block. I mean, if they give this thing Death Touch, that's, like, annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. What would suck is they just have a 2-drop as well. Blue-black. Alright, well, I'm going to attack first and then play Hunted Nightmare post-combat. See if they want to do anything tricky here. Ooh, uh-oh. Are we getting blown out by something? Turn your dude into a 4/4. Okay. Well, that was going to happen. Your guy now has Death Touch. I have a 4/5 Menace. Yeah, this is 1 in a blue, turn a creature into a 4/4 till end of turn. Not a card I think I'll be playing around too much later on in the format, but a card that people will certainly be playing now. That's super annoying, because now they have this Death Touch thing, and they don't even really lose that much. That's okay, though. Ooh, Blitzleech can actually make up for that a little bit later on down the line. For now, we're going to go Bastion, pass. Getting punked by 1-drops and 2-drops. I mean, I guess the good news for me is that these aren't great creatures to mutate onto, but I guess this thing has Death Touch, so they would have a big mutate creature. I'm hoping I can Blitzleech it before they get a chance to mutate onto it. So if they have to mutate onto their 0/5, I'm kind of okay with that. Reconnaissance mission? Are they going to attack me with this 1/2? If they attack me, they draw a card, and they deal 1 to me, but I get to attack them back for 4. Ooh, that's nice. That's actually a fantastic draw. So I get to go Lockdown plus hold this up, which means my 1/1 can now block their creature. Oh, I'm glad Auto Tapper knew what to do there. I'm still not in a position to attack, though. Would like to draw a land for Blitzleech here. If not, I've got the Sanctuary Lockdown going. See if they got a flying creature here to get this Reconnaissance mission really going. Because now I have a good block on this one, too. I'm surprised they actually didn't attack. Blood Curdle my guy. It's a little annoying. Can I do anything about it? No. It happens. Oh, they give their dude Menace now? Well, I'm going to double block it. The Scorpion just putting in work. So they're going to go ahead and kill my Nightbonder, which is annoying because it does make this Blitzleech cheaper, but I don't want them drawing cards off this Reconnaissance mission. Granted, I need to draw pretty well here. Another Bastion's not the worst. It does let me start tapping with the Lockdown. Double Bastion's pretty good. But if they play like a big flyer or something, I'm in a little bit of trouble. I haven't really dealt any damage to them. Poacher again. Alright. Stupid Poacher. Where's my Poacher? Oh, actually, you know what? I want to tap down the Aegis Turtle. And the reason I want to do that is because if I draw a land, I can, yeah, well, it didn't happen, but I could draw a land and then attack with both and then Blitzleech this thing in the middle of combat. As of right now, we're just going to go Enforcer pass and just tap down a creature again. Enforcer's got a little bit of action going on here too, so that's not bad. Ominous Seas, that is a scary card. We lost to that last time. Granted, I think that player's deck was absurd compared to this one. And a Thieving Otter. Alright, you got it. You got some stuff. Blitzleech just straight up kills that, which is nice. Granted, we don't have a lot going on here. Let's go and tap Bushmeat now. Because if I play Blitzleech, I'm going to just kill the Thieving Otter. Howlbonder is a human. Could go attack, attack. Play a human and have a tap up. This only gets in 2 damage here. But they also have to throw away the otter if they want to kill something. Probably not good enough, right? Maybe. Yeah, this just gets in 2 damage. I don't think they're going to be dealing too much damage back to me here. Okay, or take an extra point of damage. I'm cool with that too. Alright, you're up. Ominous Seas is going. They've got 1, 2, 3 ways on board to draw cards. Granted, I have this kind of under control. They have to lose creatures for the poacher, and they don't really have good tap abilities. Plus, this lockdown should be pretty good against the Kraken as long as they don't get 2, right? Howlbonder's a pretty good attacker here as well. So if they go to combat, I'm going to go ahead and tap down the Thieving Otter. I don't care if they attack me with Poacher, obviously. I gotta be careful about... Oh, actually, I do kind of care. No, I might actually just let them go to combat, because then 3/3 can block 2/4, 2/2 can block Otter. Because if I go tap, they attack me with Poacher, and they draw off the Reconnaissance mission. Uh-oh, is that going to gain flying? Hexproof. Okay. Annoying. But I think we'll be okay. Can't really deal with it, though. Let's go ahead and tap down 2/4. Lurking Deadeye. So now, what if I go attack with this? They have to block with all 3 if they want to block it at all. And attack with this. And then if they double block, I'm fine trading this for this because I have this. I like attack with these 2. Could also just slow roll them here for sure. Could attack with a 2/2. And then if they block with the 3/6, oh, I can't actually kill that off. So that's dumb. This has hexproof. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Yeah, let's send him in. This, at worst case scenario, trades for the Thieving Otter. Could also just ping this. Alright, now this is pretty easy pass. Ominous Seas is going up to 2. Gonna let them go to combat. If they don't do anything end of turn, I'll probably just make a human here. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a human. Alright, 6th land is pretty good here. So what do? I can Blitz Leech in the middle of combat. I can just pass again. Kind of want to kill this, I really do. If I attack with this, they go block, 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 and then I Blitz Leech this. Trade this off for this and have a Blitz Leech on board, which isn't great because of the 3/6. Alternatively, I could go 2 to this, 1 to this, if they choose to block with the Otter, which I don't see why they would. This is tough. I think I want to get Blitz Leech on board, but I'm not even sure how good it is. I guess go attack here and then use Lurk and Deadeye to kill something. Or if they make like a really bad block, then I can Blitz Leech them. Yeah, so this means... Ooh, okay. Yeah, I like this a lot better. So I'm going to put the Otter first and the Turtle second, and then use Lurk and Deadeye to finish off the Turtle. They also take 2 off Bastion of Remembrance. Oh, if they poach the Otter, that's okay as well. I mean, they draw a card, so it's not, like, great. But the result is the same. They're just up a card in 2 life. Okay, what else you got, opponent? Hopefully they don't have a counterspell. Do need my opponent to play a little faster, maybe? Maybe just a little bit. I've got something they can do in hand. Alright, cast this, hope it doesn't get countered, I guess is the name of the game here. Could also Blitz Leech this and then hold this for something else later. These kind of fulfill the same thing, but this gets another human on board and lets me tap a creature end of turn. Of course, if they have a counterspell, it doesn't matter. Sorry, this is going so slowly. My opponent is waiting in between every single trigger. Alright, let's attempt to kill your turtle. Heartless Act, my enforcer. Okay. Can't do anything about it, so that's going to happen. They're going to go down to 12 here. We have Blitz Leech available. This thing eats my creatures, unfortunately. But I might just attack with everything next turn. I mean, I'm going to tap Poacher here. End of turn. This is on 4, so still a little ways away. Yeah, I'm going to tap Poacher and then probably start swinging with everything. You can attack if you want to. You can leave your war behind. Because if your friends don't... Okay, anyway. Alright, tap this. Yep. This hexproof thing is being really good against me. Perimeter Sergeant. Not bad. So if I attack with everything, they block Deadeye, they go down to 4. If I attack with just these and keep my 5/3, then I can go human plus lockdown. If I attack with these 3, they take 6, go down to 6, but I get to keep my 5/3 and activate lockdown again, which is fine. So I think I play this pre-combat in case they flash in a creature or something. And I think I'm going to upkeep, tap down their Terran. And the reason I'm doing that is so they can't play a creature and then do this in response on a new creature. They have to sack the Terran if they want to use the Bushmeat Poacher. Alright. Let's see if they have something in their hand they want to add to this board, or if they just want to block and take 6. Now here's the awkward thing. If I do tap down their Poacher, I guess I can do it in response to them casting a creature. Yeah, if I tap down their Poacher, they get a free hit with this, which puts a counter on this, gets them pretty close to making a Kraken. Capture Sphere. Okay. I guess I can't do anything about it. So, never mind. You have your way, opponent. Have your way. Ooh, we're going to see an attack now, I think. I mean, clearly, I don't think I'd block. Maybe I do block. No, they don't attack, though. That's nice for me. Ooh, good draw. I can actually play that tap right away. This is tricky. I have lethal on board, technically. But they're gonna... But they have to block and sack this, which means whatever blocks doesn't die. Gotta hope they don't have anything in hand here, I think. Can they draw 3 cards? I I mean, if they have absolutely nothing, this isn't lethal because they can sack the Terran, but they'd have to sack the Terran before combat. Unfortunately, this can't kill my own creature, otherwise I'd be able to like flash it in and get him with the Bastion before they gain the life off the Poacher. So I think I've got to run this pre-combat. If they can draw 2 cards at instant speed, they can make an 8/8. But that's post-blocks. I mean, I'm going to go for Blitz Leech. I'm going to shrink this and hope to just kill it off with this human here. Alright, go for it. Alright, that resolved. I'll shrink the Poacher. See if they want to sack this Terran or flash in a creature or something. If they have a flash creature, that's going to be pretty good for them, because they get to keep their Terran here. If they... Actually, it's funny, I gave up lethal there by having their creature dead, but now their Poacher's gone, right? And now anything that dies on my side kills them. So if they attack, I just block with Blitz Leech and they die to the Bastions. This has looked miserable for them. I don't think they've attacked me a single time this game. Plus I've got this, plus this to tap down any new blocker. I think I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, Dark Bargain just kills them. Nice. Another Thieving Otter. Alright, well, what did we learn from this game? Lockdown's great, Bastions are good in multiples, and Hexproof is annoying as hell. That puts us at 2-1. These have been some pretty long, grindy games. We've won the 2 that we drew the lockdown in. We lost the 1 that we didn't. This little guy looked pretty bad, but that's because our opponent had a bunch of 1-drops. And at any rate, that's going to put us at 2-1, and we'll go and keep on trucking. See you all in match number 4. Alright, back for match number 3. We've got a fine hand to curve out with 3-drops and 4-drops. Could, ideally we draw Enforcer into land would be the best draws. We have 3 Enforcers. It's not unlikely. Blitz Leech, not exactly what I wanted to see there. We're against Kethrin. Not to be confused with Catherine, I assume. And probably lead off with Perimeter Sergeant over Bastion. Alright, cycle and a coordinated charge. Alright, 4th land is nice. So, yeah, let's just get our 3-2 on board. And then probably play this, and we'll see what goes from there. We have the Bushmeat Poacher this time, which I imagine is pretty good in this deck. Opponent has their perfect mana and a checkpoint officer, which gives me a good attack. Yeah, I'm probably just going to go 3-drop Deadweight here so they can't start tapping my dudes. Oh, I only have 1 black mana, though. Alright, you can have my dudes. Let's go ahead and get this thing on board here. Makes the Perimeter Sergeant pretty good. If they just want to use their turn to tap it down, I'm okay with that. Bristling Boar's fine as well. Swamp off the top. Swamp. Yes. Alright, so now I can go Deadweight plus 4, attack with these 2. They trade this off, take 3. Could even Deadweight this, make it a 2-1. That's not very good. Alright, we're going to go Deadweight here. And I am going to play Bushmeat Poacher over this just to use my mana. Not going to attack with that. What's a 7 coming in? Let's see if they want to block it or not. They probably should block Perimeter Sergeant, but they might have a mutate creature in hand that they need something on board for. They blocked the 4-3. Okay. I accept. Another land for Blitz Leech would be pretty nice, I assume. Haven't really seen much mutate from people. But we're in a pretty good position. Most of our draws are live draws. We've got this if we just draw blank somehow. And if we draw land, we've at least got a 5-2 that we can add to the board. Opponent's got some decisions. Ooh, Fertilid. Are we just going to Blitz Leech it? Wow, that's amazing. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put him down to 6. And next turn, this is going to be fantastic if they somehow manage to stabilize. All right, well, that was just a good curve from us and a pretty hard, I guess, difficult draw from the opponent there. Sorry, Catherine. Didn't get to see much of your deck there, unfortunately. Felt like they had some mutate stuff and just never had the time to do it, which is good for us that we got to beat down. Being on the play there was really nice. That puts us at 3-1. So remember last time we went 3-3. We're trying to at least trump that, and 4 and 5 is the sweet spot where you basically make back your prize entry. So happy with 4, very happy with 5 and above. Let's go ahead and jump into the next match. That'll be match number 5 coming up. All right, welcome back. We are in match number 5 against Frederick. Remember, we're 3-1. We've got 2-drop, 3-drop. We've got early game removal spell. And this card's fine. Although if I end up going like curve, I don't know. I'd probably still end up playing this. Looks like the opponent took a mulligan. That's what I'm talking about. Platinum, bronze. The almighty Brushwag. Alright, do we just deadweight that? Probably, right? I think I'm just going to deadweight it. Deadweight doesn't kill a lot of the big creatures, and that just gives them a base to be able to mutate later in the game. So if I'm going to end up deadweighting it later in the game, I might as well deadweight it now. Alright, Sleeper Dart can tap to keep a creature tapped for a turn, but doesn't actually tap it. We saw that to effective use previously. It cantrips, though, so it can't be that bad. Uh-oh. Don't do it, opponent. I've had some newer players use this on a creature I just played, thinking that it probably taps it down. This obviously would be a better deadweight target, because if they go mutate on turn 3, it's pretty gross, but... Alright, opponent knows what their Sleeper Dart does. Who do I want to give their guy Death Touch? Oh, no, this is Grim Dancer. Also, I can't cast it. Going to play Bastion and attack for 2. If they want to go ahead and use Sleeper Dart to keep my Enforcer down, that's fine. Opponent missed a land drop for what it's worth. If they do mutate onto this, they're going to gain some advantage, but I do have the pacifism, so I can punish mutate a little bit here. And I've still got plays. Alright, so they're going to take a turn off of the Enforcer here. Still take the 2. Go Bastion of Remembrance. Been pretty happy with how this card's playing in this deck. Drew the 3rd land. Farfinder's going to go get the 4th land. Nice. And he's going to put a halt to my attacks unless I draw the mana for Grim Dancer, which, again, I'm fairly far ahead here. So I think Death Touch is where I want to be. Nice. We did draw the land. It would be more mana efficient to play these two, but there's nothing I want to pacifism over there. Could also just activate Enforcer, but I do want to play this Grim Dancer. Give it Death Touch and Menace. And you know what? I'm going to attack with this because, again, it gets another potential creature off board that they can mutate onto. And if not, I just poke into damage. I don't care about them attacking me back. Plus, the more creatures they lose, even if I trade off little 1/1s, the better Grim Dancer gets because of the Menace. Like here, I really want him to just go... Not that. It's not something I wanted him to play. But that'll work. That'll do it. Don't think they attack here. Ooh. I mean, definitely attack with Farfinder, but pushing that in. Day Squad Marshal's a nice draw. So am I at the point where I cycle this? I'm definitely going to attack him back. Mutual Destruction would have been great in this deck. I'm a little sad I didn't pick it or didn't get a chance to pick it. I think that might have been one of the cards in the pack where we took that Quartzwood Crusher or whatever that card's called, where we timed out, even though I don't think we spent that long on the pack, but apparently we did. That's one thing I would suggest is they need a timer. Oh, there is a timer at the bottom, but it's hard to keep track of everything. Opponent deciding on whether to block with Farfinder or not. Now, the upside for them is if they mutate on the Farfinder and then I pacifism it, like, so what, right? They didn't care about this Farfinder. I'm tempted to cycle this. I can also turn it into a creature later on. Oh, okay, so they've got some Flash Mutate card here. Think what Flash Mutate cards are there? I mean, they could also just have a combat trick. Or +3/+3 and trample or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and block here and not block on the symbiote. They could have the octopus, but then I don't think they'd be making this attack, because if I just block, that's not great for them. The only other Flash Mutate creature I can think of... Oh, -2/-0. Okay, so they eat a human token here. I take 2, but drain them for 1, so we swap life totals there. Do I cycle this, though? Guess give it a draw here. Now I'm definitely tempted to cycle it. I don't think we have to play around a trick here. I mean, I can play this and activate and just have another attacker on board. That can't be that bad. I don't... If they have a trick, it's not great. I'm going to go ahead and jam with these two, I think. They could have the thing that turns their dude into a 4/4, which I'm not playing around. I could also just attack with the 1/1. I feel like if I attack with the 3/3, I should attack with the 2/3 as well. And then make a human if something goes wrong. Okay. Oh, I didn't attack with the 3/3. Wow. I removed it from combat. Uh-oh, here comes a trick. They are going to turn it into a 4/4, aren't they? They did. People really out here playing this card, huh? Maybe it's fine. It does cycle. Alright, so I do lose my Enforcer. I get to at least make a creature here. Ah, man, I missed at least 2 points of damage here. That's really bad. They're going to take 2. I'm going to gain 1, but that's not great for me. And I'm going to play a creature. I want to cycle it because I have better draws, but I could also cycle this into a land and then just be down a potential creature on board. Moscow Goriak, sure. Alright, yep. So now, if I go pacifism this, attack with everything, they go eat this, they take 5, 6, 7. I really don't want to pacifism this thing, but I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to jam with everything. I don't think there's any 1-mana blue spells. This would have him taken 7. Okay, I like the chump there. So this would have him taken 4. Alright, now if they just like mutate a creature, we're in trouble, right? Bushmeat Poacher. Fantastic draw here. Gust of Wind. Bounce a token, draw a card. Sure. Man, it's not great for me. They drew. Wow. Alright. That was a good draw. Ooh, another Bastion's gotta be amazing here. So, pretty easy attack here. They can... They're not going to double block the Marshal, but they can just trade off for the healer. Which means the Bushwhack's probably not attacking. Or blocking, rather. I mean, if they double block Marshal, they lose their board. Take 3 damage, 4 damage. This way they take 3, 4, 5, and then if any of my creatures dies, they die. I want to get that symbiote off board for sure, because it can gain them life if they mutate. Yeah, this puts them in a bad spot, so if any of my creatures die, they lose to the Bastions here. But if they don't block, they take damage, so where cards like this come in very handy. This ability is basically useless. I think I can just freely attack, yeah. They're in trouble there. That was nice. Looks like the opponent had a mutate deck, but blanked on their mutate cards. That's going to give us a win. They also mulligan for what it's worth. That's going to put us at 4-1. Pretty happy with that. Again, 1,500 gems to enter. If you can get 1,400 back, that's fine. And we've still got at least 2 losses to play around with, so we're going to keep on rolling, try to get that 5th win. Match 6 coming up here in a second. See you there. All right, welcome back. Match 6, question mark? Yeah, we're 4-1. We're against Kesconius, another bronze player. We're on the play. We actually have some cards we haven't really seen yet in our deck. This hand really comes down to how good Suffocating Fumes is going to be. Because we don't have a 2 or a 3-drop play. I mean, if this just goes nothing, 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 we will cycle Suffocating Fumes, which maybe we should do anyway. Try and hit just a 3-drop creature or a Bastion or something. But we'll see what they play first. If they play a creature that dies to Suffocating Fumes, then I might just hold on to it. Because it is a good combat trick. Being able to do this at instant speed makes it a way different card than, like, Mephitic Vapors or something along those lines. Alright, another blue-green deck. Are we going to see a creature worth suffocating? They could have Essence Scatter. That is a common in this set. I'm going to go ahead and cycle this. They didn't have a 1 or 2 drop. I mean, they could have had a 1 drop, but they don't have a 2 drop. Most 2 drops aren't going to die to this anyway. Alright, working Deadeye, huh? And we have no play. Well, that's got to be good news for them. You're up. Can't Essence Scatter me. They definitely have either an Anticipate or a Cycler in hand. Zagoth Crystal. So likely black here. Our first play of the game is going to be a 2-4, which is not great for this deck. Thieving Otter. Do I want to risk it, play a creature, and have them deal with it, or do I just want to pacifism that? I think I have so many 4-drops, I just want to play one of my 4-drops. I'm going to play this and pass. Although this is bad if they go like, you know, Capture Sphere, attack. But it seems not great to just, you know, I have 3 4-mana cards in my hand to just play a 2-mana spell. Let's see what happens here. They could also just mutate onto this Otter. Looks like they're gonna mess with my Poacher. Don't poach me, bro. Charge of the Forever Beast, revealing a 6/6. So kill my guy, attack. Worst case scenario. And they have a 6/6. Well, same deal. Let's see if we draw something. Blitzleech. Alright, I'm going to have to use a Lurking Deadeye. This is not a sustainable strategy. I could pacify that, but I'm going to go Lurking Deadeye to hopefully block it. Blitzleech doesn't look great here. I just can't let him draw a million cards and outdraw me here. If they do have the Essence Scatter, they can get me good with this Deadeye, and then what? I get a +3/+3 and trample here. No. We successfully killed the Otter boys. Alright, play something that dies to Blitzleech. It does technically die to Blitzleech. Well, I feel like this is certainly a Dark Bargain turn. Could also flash in Blitzleech and block Phase Dolphin. Because we have a Pacifism for Honey Mammoth. What does this do? Gain 4 life? Yeah. Not a card I love, but respectable. You gotta respect the fact that a 6/6 does something on board. Alright. Just gonna flash in Blitzleech here and block. See if they interact with Blitzleech. Didn't feel like they had anything. I get to just eat this and they untap with a Honey Mammoth. That's pretty good for me. I can go maybe Dark Bargain plus Bastion, and if not, I can go Pacifism plus Dark Bargain. They're going to be at 24 life. Oh, we're going to go for something else. Primal Empathy. Really, instead of that? That's interesting. Alright, well, good 3 and 3 here. This was a strange play. I mean, this gets to put a +1 counter on each of their creatures each turn. And they are going to draw an extra card with this, because I'm not going to be able to kill that, right? What's my play here? I think I like Dark Bargain, but then I'm not doing anything else, so I think I'm just supposed to go Stare Tactician plus Bastion. That hit for 5 was pretty good. The Cocoon was weird, though. So they're going to put a counter on the Cocoon, sure. And then they have a good creature to mutate onto, but I imagine they just play the Honey Mammoth. Okay. So that means I can pacify that, but they're going to start drawing 2 cards per turn. Hellbonder was a reasonable draw. And I do get to attack with just this, basically, because I can block the 2/3. And my board's not amazing. They're drawing 2 cards per turn. So I don't feel very good about this. Need to draw like a Blood Curdle or the Lockdown or something like that. Okay, so we're going to make a giant blocker, sure. That's going to get 3 counters. It's going to be a 6-something, 6/7. Good news is Hellbonder can get in there pretty easily. If we draw a Cycler, which I think we only have one other Cycler in our deck, we can tap a creature. Ooh, we drew the Lockdown, though. So we can go Lockdown, tap to at least get an attack in with this Blitz Leech. Alright, we're going to tap that, and we're just going to tap down the 2 things that can't really get ambushed here. Lockdown was a good draw. I mean, they're at 6 now. So yeah, they're outdrawing me, but they're close to dead. A Cycler would actually just be fantastic here, and I still have Dark Bargain plus an activation up. Not to mention the Bastion. Don't forget about the Bastion. Alright, Hornbash Mentor is going to go ahead and give that boy Trample. Farfinder. Alright, so you got blockers. Keep in mind, I can tap creatures down and get in with this thing for sure. Also might be in a position where they just die to the Bastion. Alright. Let's think about this next turn here. Enforcer. So let's say I go Enforcer, I go tap, tap. Tap this, tap down your 6/7. Attack with 1, 2, 3 creatures. Tap this plus this. Hold on a sec. Because their Firefinder is just going to chump, right? This gets through. This trades with something, they lose 2 life. Actually, what happens if I tap Farfinder? I go tap, tap. This has to block here. This has to chump. Get him to chump with this. I don't think this can go too wrong here. Actually, I'm just going to tap that, right? And that way, I mean, they have to trade here, chump here. That's not different than just doing it the other way around. They go down to 1. Two, apparently. Oh, I only have 1 Bastion. Been so used to having multiples. And now I'm in a position where if they don't gain a ton of life, I can just swing with everything, and the Bastion can fit. Oh, that could gain them life, though. They could do it. They gotta watch out for this. They can only block with 3 creatures. Alright. Ivy Elemental. Keeping up 2 mana. Like, right now, what's stopping me from going... Oh, okay, that gains them 2 life, sure. Could have done that at instant speed, though. Alright, so play this, go... Or actually, I could just make a 1/1 here and go tap, tap, tap this down, force them to not be able to block this. This puts them down to 1, and then they have to block other things that are just going to die. So yeah, this should do just fine, because they can't block the Hellbinder here. It doesn't, yeah, tap this so that they don't have the option to chump. They actually have to kill my creatures. Tap this plus this. Yeah, their creatures are big enough that they have to do this. Might have been better for them to just flash in the octopus. Howlbonder gets in there, and they either block or don't block and die to Bastion. So this should do it. Very nice. Everything just kind of coming together here. And against all that card advantage too, Jesus. How many extra cards did they draw that game? A lot. Ooh, did we just go diamond? I think we just went diamond. It's like the second time that's ever happened, but they keep pairing me against bronze players, and that, again, I'm not saying that as an insult, but that opponent's deck looked good, right? That does put us at 5-1, so we net positive on our gems here, and we get to keep playing. This will be match 7 coming up next. I'll see you there. All right, welcome, welcome. 2 double black cards in my hand, but still a good keep. We can go 2-drop, 3-drop at least. Get this tap land out of our hand. Forgot we had a tap land. Look, we went diamond. We're playing against a platinum player now. Isn't that hilarious? Well, Swamp would be a good draw here. Grim Dancer would be fantastic to get a turn 3 Dancer. No such luck, but still decent curve. They've got some sort of interaction or cycler here. Fire Prophecy? No. Feels like a cycler in hand. Ooh, we're slowing down. Alright, are we cycling? We are. Ooh, we're cycling Yadaro. So, it's just a cycler. It went away. If they cycle that same card 4 times, the 4th time they cycle it, they get to just put it on the battlefield. Oh, we're just playing rares, huh? We're just playing rares. Do I Blood Curdle this? Attack for 6? I could also just attack with Enforcer and play another Sergeant. That's probably fine. Yeah, I'd rather develop my board than use the Blood Curdle right away on this thing. This card's really good. I'll let you read it. Basically, it's relevant if it's attacking. It's a Menace Lord. Yeah, that can go away. Yeah, so, I mean, this isn't going to happen, but if it does, it'd be kind of cool. Maybe if they have multiple Yudaros. Umori, wow. 4/5. It's not their companion. Ooh, awesome. So I can actually go Blood Curdle here. And then next turn maybe be able to spike a Swamp and go double spell, right? Pacifism would also work. What do they choose here? Creature? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and Blood Curdle that. Makes their creatures cheaper. We're going to go ahead and give a Sergeant Menace. And do I want to trade off one of my Sergeants? I think so. Put them in a position where they're either taking a ton of damage or they trade off. They don't have anything to block my Menace creatures next turn. They're taking minimum 8 this turn. If they don't block, they take 12. So they kind of have to block. And we've got a Pacifism for the next one. What's it going to be? Kill Spell would work as well. Feels like a kill spell. Oh, the split up 5 damage. Come on. And we drew a Plains. Well, that's probably going to do it. Our opponent has played 4 cards. They've all been rares. Rare, 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 and then they cycled a rare. And now we are looking pretty... They drew the Adara. Alright, 5 effects have been put on board from the opponent. They're all rare. Hey, look, a non-rare. Alright. Jesus. Alright, I'm just going to Pacifism this and pass. Well, we were looking amazing there, and now it feels like we probably can't win this game, which is huge. This card just 2-for-1 does super hard. Yeah, it's got some extra text on it, but it's 4 mana, split up 5 damage, which is insane. Alright, opponent goes down to 6 here. Wouldn't mind a Dark Bargain of my own, not gonna lie. Even a Blitz Leech would be fine. Yeah, Blitz Leech would be awesome against that. Howlbonder, sure. Can't cast it. Triple black. Drew 5 plains. Congratulations, good deck. This is a bad spot to be in for sure. Game's not over, but it feels pretty over, right? Maybe their hand's not that good. I don't know. What you got? If they don't play anything here, they're on like all kill spells. 5/4 reach. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pack it in there. Dang, that sucked. We had such a good start. If we'd gotten maybe one more of those creatures on board, we'd probably be able to win this game. But, we got 2 for 1. I think that's hilarious. My opponent went cycle the rare, play a rare, play a rare, play a rare, kill your 2 guys, and then cycle the same rare again. But that's going to give us our second loss, which means our next win lets us play 1 more. Our next loss kicks us out. But we're already at the break-even point, so we're kind of happy. Wouldn't mind plussing, though, so let's go ahead and jump on in. Match number, what is this, 5, 6, 7? Let me do some math. Match number 8 coming up. All right, welcome back. Match number 8, and this time we're against a mythic player. We're on the draw. This hand's good, 2, 3, 4. There's the 4. We actually have double black, and we have a pacifism as well. Let's see what the mythic players are all playing. What you got? Boot Nipper. Death Touch. Oh, they gave it lifelink. You don't say. Well, lifelink's annoying for me. Basically, they have Child of Night. Kosher Funk. Another Boot Nipper. This one also going to have lifelink. This one has Death Touch. Alright, respectable draws. We'll just go ahead and continue playing creatures here. I don't mind Boot Nipper as a card if you're playing mutate creatures, because it's basically going to grant Death Touch or lifelink to whatever you mutate onto it. Like our opponent could have Cavern Whisperer here, in which case, if I have to discard a card, I'd probably discard the Enforcer. And then just Blood Curdle their guy. That's what it feels like. It's going to be a popular play. Oh, Necropanther. Just playing Necropanther, though. Sure. Woohoo! That's kind of an amazing draw, isn't it? Still feel like I want to play creature, though. Because this is going to get these now. If I go Suffocating Fumes right now, I kill these 2, and I get an attack in with the Enforcer. If I just attack with this, there's no way they like put Necropanther in front of it. But the problem with not Suffocating Fumes right now is that if they go untap, mutate onto one of these, I miss the opportunity to kill it. Still think I'm just going to build up the board. I have basically all the removal spells in my deck in my hand right now. I don't want to trade off anything for a Boot Nipper when I have an answer to them. Alright, they've got an Enforcer of their own. I think I can actually attack and go Suffocating Fumes here. I'm not going to block that. Maybe I can set up a kill on this as well. Could keep building up the board here, but this feels like a good chance to get ahead and stay ahead. Doesn't feel like they have anything either, or at least they have black cards in hand. The Enforcer might eat my 1/1 token, but I want them to block, I think. Oh no, it can't because it's a 2/1. They might not even block with the Enforcer, to be honest. I'm missing out on damage here by not killing the Boot Nippers before combat. Ooh, what if they have that 1 mana give a thing indestructible? They're not even going to put the Enforcers in combat. That's fine. So I just miss out on damage, basically. Opponent played around it pretty nicely. This still has them taken 6, and I get to keep both my creatures. Alright, what do you got? They do have something. I get the +1/+1 indestructible on a human and a non-human thing? In which case, no, they wouldn't have that, otherwise they'd put the Enforcer in combat for sure. Divine Arrow, kill my 3/2. Sure. I accept. Still pushing for 6 here, which is kind of nice. Keep in mind, if they mutate Necropanther, they can get back a creature, mana cost 3 or less. Sure. You got a 3/3 lifelink. And a durable coil bug. And that's the board. That's the board. Wouldn't mind drawing more mana right now. Can only do one thing. I can actually go this plus pacifism. Pacify this. Doesn't seem that bad. If I attack with the 3/3, do want to just get creatures off board if I can. They're going to start activating Enforcer. Kind of like going Enforcer plus Pacifism on a 3/3. They have to activate this at sorcery speed or else I gank them, right? Alright, we'll do that. And then do I attack with my Marshal? If they double block here, they lose their Enforcer, which I'm okay with. If they block with Necropanther, they lose that. But they can attack me back. That's fine too. Should have done this before. Well, no. I have to play the Pacifism on the Lifelinker if I don't want them to get the advantage here. Okay, I'm cool with this trade. Alright, so again, if they want to guarantee that their Enforcer is going to get some cards here, they have to do it at sorcery speed. Otherwise, I get to untap and kind of play that game, right? Might just Blood Curdle this. Although now I can go 3-drop plus 2-drop. If I go attack, attack, they go double block one of the Enforcers. I can't kill their Enforcer. And then the Coil Bug will trade for an Enforcer, but if I go to exile it, they just return it to their hand. So I'm going to play some creatures here. And they're going to make a 1/1. See if we get out enforced here. Sure. Blood Curdle should be pretty good on this. Alright, see if they want to use the Enforcer again. Ooh, that was a fantastic draw. Alright, they Blood Curdled my Perimeter Captain. The Menace counter doesn't matter as much here. But now I can attack with my Enforcers, because if they want to kill them, they have to at least block with this. And I don't mind getting that off the board. I think that's actually... Or I could just go attack, tap this. No, you know what? This is fine. If I can trade off an Enforcer for an Enforcer here, I'm pretty happy. Plus the Coil Bug would be in the graveyard. It costs 5 mana to give it back. This is pretty big for me if that Enforcer dies on their side. Because I can start using my Enforcer. Okay, and I've got a tap here. Probably going to tap their 1/1. That way they have to block with Coil Bug if they want to do anything with it. Maybe not. That's dumb because my 2/2 can just attack through. Yeah, I'm just going to tap their Coil Bug. I'm going to play that. I'm going to attack with everything and just activate Enforcer here. I'm not even going to need to use Blood Curdle. And I will pass. Feel like I've got it here. Ooh, hey look, we beat a Mythic player. We beat the 566th player in the world. That was nice. That lockdown is just really pushing in work. Probably the best card in my deck, to be honest. That puts us at 6-2. So one more match, win or lose, we're done here, and then we'll talk about the deck afterwards. Let's go ahead and jump in. Match number 9. See you there. All right, welcome back. We're here against Fist in Your Face. We've got another good hand. We can cast everything in our hand. Would be awesome on the play. We are on the draw, however. And we get the full 9 matches today. Whisper Squad. 2 mana, search for Whisper Squad, put it on the battlefield tapped. Alright, you got it. Also a human. Black-white seems to be pretty popular here. This is not a tap ability. Alright, we're going to squat it up. Oh, yeah, black-white human matchup here. You got it. Probably just Grim Dancer next turn. We're not really looking to attack too much here, so the Perimeter Sergeant seems pretty poor. There's no way I block. There's just so many things that get me here. It could be Deadweight, it could be the thing that destroys an enchantment, puts a +1 counter on something. Ooh, Sanctuary Lockdown's good, but I am going to play Grim Dancer, and I think still just Death Touch Lifelink, or Death Touch. This could be an aggressive matchup. I might want Lifelink here. Not sure if that's right. Opponent's on all spells in hand. Grim Dancer does not play around the +1/+1 and indestructible thing, which is 1 mana, give a human +1/+1 and indestructible, give a non-human +1/+1 and indestructible. So if they attack with both enforcers and I go block, block, yeah, it doesn't feel like that's what they have. That being said, I can attack with Grim Dancer. Can't really protect it or anything. And I didn't give it Menace, but it would trade off for 2 creatures here if they choose to block, and if they don't, get the lifelink. They could still have that same trick though, right? Felt like they had something different though. Could hold tight. I think I'm going to attack. See what happens here. Dire Tactics. Exile a creature, and if you don't control a human, lose life equal to its toughness. Okay, that's pretty good. Gonna get a creature here. Guess a 2/3. I'm gonna play this. And don't see a need to deadweight right away. Obviously, I'd like to kill a creature with deadweight, like that one. Am I trading Perimeter Sergeant for one of these things? If not, I take 4, I deadweight this. I go lock down plus attack. They take 4. They take 8. I take 4 here. I'm not going to block, I don't think. Okay, more lands aren't necessarily bad here. Alright, let's go ahead and deadweight your Sergeant. And I don't have to play Lockdown here to push an extra damage. I already get to attack for 6. So I can just play like Snare Tactician, which blocks fine. And then if we draw a land, we can go double spell next turn, which should be pretty good. See if they want to go ahead and block with their Whisper Squad. I'm expecting them to attack me again. You know, they attacked that first time Enforcer into Enforcer, so they've got to have something that pumps their creature, but it feels like it's just a +1/+1 effect. It could be the thing that kills an enchantment, in which case neither of these cards are safe, which could be really bad on the Sanctuary Lockdown. If they have that, it puts a +1/+1 counter on a creature, so do I make them use it and then have my enchantments be safe? I think so. I mean, that's just a free attack anyway, right? Pacifism's fine here. I can go double spell. So Pacifism plus Lockdown. Okay, well, they don't have the spell I was talking about. And I really don't want to pacify an Enforcer. And they could still have the spell. It's not necessarily true they don't have it. Get hit back for 5. Alright, let's just mitigate some damage here. Just mitigate some damage. Opponent's still very mana screwed. But, ooh, 4 mana now. They can start making humans. My deck has been very mana hungry between these and this and just like some instant speed tricks and stuff. Unexpected Fangs, +1/+1 and a lifelink counter. Is that what that is? Yeah. Okay. So that was their trick. And they're going to go get another Whisper Squad. Respectable. Do you attack? You do. Another Enforcer. Alright, so this seems like a pretty easy turn of going Enforcer plus Bastion. Question is, do I want to go ahead and hit him for 6? And then have them hit me back for 3. I think I do want to get that damage in. They might block with Whisper Squad or whatever it's called. I doubt it, but they might. Okay. I'm okay with that. So now we go Enforcer and we go Bastion. And now we have enough to start tapping creatures. It would be really nice to draw the 6th land so we can go tap plus activate Enforcer. If they attack with their 3/4, I don't know that they have any other tricks here. They already used this. Ooh, Day Squad Marshal. This is a good matchup. We got some human on human action. That lifelink matters a lot, though. Can we draw a Blood Curdle? Alright, Swamp's fine, though. So I think I just go end of turn lockdown here. Tap their lifelinker, make a human. We're both at 8. Alright. You know what would be great here? Blitzleech would be awesome. Suffocate and Fumes would be really good. Bushmeat Poacher, that's a good draw. Alright, I'm going to let them attack if they want to. I'm not going to use the lockdown. Because I can double block. Let's go and make a dude. Let's go ahead and eat their Perimeter Sergeant. And then let's go ahead and tap down their lifelinker, I suppose. Maybe their Bushmeat Sergeant. Or Bushmeat whatever. Swamp. I think I'm supposed to play it. Not really in a good position to attack here. This is an awkward spot for me, right? Because if I activate Enforcer, they can activate in response. But that uses their whole turn, right? If they play something from their hand, add to the board, then I can just activate Enforcer pretty clearly. I can also just pass, right? If they go past turn, don't do anything, I don't have to activate my Enforcer, because they'll just activate in response. They might sack this other Enforcer here to the Poacher. Cast Whisper Squad from hand. Cool. I can dig it. I do need to get this off board, I think, so that I can just freely use my Enforcer, trade off creatures, so on and so forth. But of course they have this too, which is probably actual priority number 1. Okay, same deal. Let's go ahead and Enforcer, eat that. I have a creature in my graveyard, no way to get creatures back, so it's okay if I eat my stuff. And then we will lock down Bushmeat Poacher here. That way if I draw a removal spell, we kind of blank their ability to use it. I might just untap and eat my last creature here. Alright, they did not poach the Bushmeat. Ooh, that gives one of their creatures Death Touch, though. but it's a pretty good attacker into this board. Alright, I think I'm going to go Hunted Nightmare and then activate Enforcer just to get the last creature out of my graveyard before my opponent can do it. Do I play this, give one of their creatures... They're going to put like Death Touch on a 1/1 token, which is not good for me. But the 4/5 Menace can trade off for multiple creatures here, so I'm okay with it, I think. Tapping out, you're up. Maybe... I forgot I had Bastion of Remembrance and my opponent's at 8. So it might be that we're just supposed to tap this thing down, attack with everything. There's no way you put Death Touch on that one, right? Close game. Close game. What if they play a Bastion of Remembrance? Oh, they put Death Touch on the Enforcer, huh? The problem with swinging all out with the Bastion is that a lot of their creatures don't actually trade for my creatures. Alright, 5th land, 2 cards in hand from opponent. They've got a lifelinker on board. They have a way to gain life, albeit not a ton. This can gain at least... They're going to gain 3 at some point. What if I go... I have to tap creatures for this, though, so that's less attackers I have. Ooh, that's pretty good. The math is going to be really hard here, though. I think I like, at minimum, attacking with Hunted Nightmare, right? I think I'm just going to attack with Hunted Nightmare here. Because it threatens damage if they don't block. I mean, they can, like, double block... Oh, Blood Curdle. Sure. Alright, so I'm going to let that happen, and then I'm just going to immediately Enforcer it. My opponent's going to go to 6 off of that. They can... This thing now has Menace, Lifelink, Death Touch. No, this has got to be wrong. Actually, I'm not going to eat that, I don't think. Or maybe I do. Because I'm thinking I go upkeep, tap this... and then tap another creature, and then untap. Yeah, that's got to be better. Them using their turn to make another 1/1 can't possibly change that, I don't think. So I'm going to tap Bushmeat on upkeep. Yeah. I'm going to tap this plus this on their turn. I'm going to start with the Bushmeat Poacher, though. Yep, okay, so here goes the Enforcer. Gain 3 life. On upkeep, I will tap down your Poacher. Man, this has been such a like fun deck to play. Alright, they did not activate Poacher, so we'll let them go to combat and then tap down their 3/4 Death Touch Lifelink Menace creature. Their Kuneros. 6th land. And that leaves them with 4 blockers. I mean, they can make a 5th blocker. I guess I let them go to combat. And they scoop. Alright, write-ins on the wall there. So end of turn, tap that. Untap, make a dude with the Enforcer. Use that plus another creature to tap, and then they have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 blockers with their Enforcer. Well, that was nice. We won the Human Mirror. Granted, our opponent got mana screwed a little bit there. But, geez, this deck really came together. I mean, for first picking like these 2 good black cards and then pivoting into humans, didn't see that coming. Didn't think these cards would play out that well, but Double Bastion was awesome. Sanctuary Lockdown was just the key card here. It was so good. That plus like Enforcer. We got basically all of the uncommon like real human payoffs that you want, which is really nice. Um, Pretty happy with how it came together. Obviously, I would switch out a couple cards here, like Night Bonder wasn't great. Suffocate and Fumes looked good in that one match. They didn't really get a good feel for how good this card was, though. Blood Curdle is obviously awesome. Bushmeat Poacher has been really pulling its weight in my opponent's deck, so I imagine it's got to be good, even though we didn't really get to use it that much. And even like the perimeter captains were good. Draenith Heal or whatever, Deadweight was fine, right? Deadweight did its job, but wasn't the all-purpose removal spell. Maybe I was supposed to play Farfinder, I don't know. Maybe I could have had a Mutual Destruction, which would have been very nice. I think that card would have played very well with the General's Enforcers. And yeah, I think we played probably the right configuration of cards that we had. I'm not sure I would have cut anything here for anything here, you know? Maybe the Night Bonder would have been beneficial to just be an easier to cast card or something like that. Again, the Lurker, didn't think it was worth playing that, but this deck played out very nicely. I'm going to save that to my decks real quick so I can talk about it later. Claim my prize, open up our 6 packs, 2,200 gems. We netted 700 gems, which is always a nice feeling. We beat some Mythic players, beat some Bronze players. We beat the whole spectrum, lost a couple games, and we're going to open some cards, act like we care about them, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. If you're still here, thanks for joining me. It's been awesome. This was a really fun one. It went on kind of long for best of 1 matches, but we played the full 9 matches, right? And we don't often get to 7 wins on the channel. Always do that off stream. Whenever I'm actually recording, I usually end up with the nice 3-3, which always feels good, right? Let's see, Yadara. Oh, that was so sweet. My opponent just played like 5 rares in a row. Kind of hilarious. And last but not least, Yorion. I would like to open a companion and actually play it. We didn't do that with Wootree last time, but that's going to go and do it. Thanks for watching. This has been a fun one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you stuck around till the end, and if not, you missed out on some games, but you're also not hearing this right now, so no biggie. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you being here, spending your time with me. Find us on Twitter, MTG_ManaRocks, and if you want to see more content like this, you can just let me know in the comments below, or subscribe to the channel would be fine too. But yeah, thanks for watching. My name's Timothy with ManaRocks. I had a lot of fun, and I'll see you next time.